Finn Harps update brought to you by Donegal Daily and Donegal Sport Hub in association with Kelly Centra, Mountain Top, Letterkenny.
Ollie, just before we look forward to Friday night, just briefly back last night, the guys coming from behind to beat Waterford for the second time this season. A lot of relief around it, you did that, but I suppose we feel you deserve to get the 3 points.
Yeah, but you need to take your chances, Charlie, and I suppose eventually we did. We certainly started poorly. We went a goal down, we coughed up a few balls that we could have gone 2 down. We didn't. I thought we were the better side at the end of the first half. However, in the form, Brian Murphy, who's probably the best keeper in the league, in the form he was in, as the second half progressed, it looked like we weren't going to break him down, and we kind of thought it might be one of those nights. But to be fair to our lads, they stuck at it. They showed a lot of character. They didn't panic, and look, they got probably what they deserved in the end up. And that's taking nothing away from Waterford. They'd played a game on the Friday night also and had limited training, and probably that, they tired a little bit, which I'm not saying that's why we won. We probably deserved to win overall, and we'll move on to Sligo, Charlie.
It's a funny old game, how quickly the 2 goals came when they finally came, Ollie.
Yeah, like buses, I suppose, but at the same time, we, had that first goal not come along, we could have been looking at a completely different story. And if that was the case and we were beaten 1-0, we couldn't have been complaining about our performance, because the performance was good, Charlie. However, thankfully we got a result because we needed one, and we need some bit of confidence going into Sligo Rovers on Friday of all teams.
Yeah, because they got a result in the half last night, beating Shamrock Rovers at Tala. We saw them up on the showgrounds. That was a real tight game that night, Ollie. Nothing to say it's going to be anything less this Friday night.
I hope it's going to be tight, yeah. We hope it's going to be tight. I mean, they're top of the table, Charlie. It's been a while since Sligo have been top of the table, and they're there for a reason, and they've got better from that game in the showgrounds, albeit whatever it is now, 6-7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They've kicked on. We've struggled. We've huffed and puffed, and they're the form team at the moment. They're top of the table. Again, if you're ahead of Shamrock Rovers, you win the league, obviously. They've beaten them in Tala, and it's not too often they get beaten domain in Tala. So we know we need to be at our best. If we're anything below our best, we're not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah.
If they're at their best, well, then we could be in bother also. We're hoping, as I said, that maybe we're at our best and they are a little bit below par, although it didn't look that way last night when we looked at the footage of their game.
Yeah. And given what you have in the dressing room, just the type of match that your squad wants to be involved in and playing a top of the table clash.
Yeah, I mean, like we've been talking about it, we're long enough without talking about Sligo Rovers or Derry in derby games. Probably the only disappointing part of playing Sligo on Friday is that they're top of the table, we're going okay. If the gates were open to supporters, you'd have a massive atmosphere there, and that's probably the downside of it, that we've played them before where we haven't been going as well and they weren't going as well, but they're flying, we're going alright, and it would have been a great atmosphere for it, but so be it. We can't have that everywhere, but please God, we'll get back to that too.
You shuffled the pack last night just to give people a game and bring people in with 3 games in 8 days. Ollie, good to be able to do that with the squad.
It's probably one of the areas that we think we've improved in is the number of players that we can put in and trust and can play. Look, we need it, and it's probably, we've done well on the Monday nights and midweek games because of that. It's probably the Friday game that has killed us at the end of the 3-game series in a week. We struggled big time against Pats at home at the end of that week, and a similar week we got hammered up in Dalymount at the end of that week, and we're very conscious of this being the similar week with 3 games in 7 or 8 days, and we need to be right, Charlie, otherwise Sligo will stay top of the table on Friday night.
A cracker expected, Ollie?
We hope it'll be a tight game. We need it to be tight. If there's a gap in it, the odds are that they'll be the better side. However, we're just hoping we can keep it tight for a period of time and see what happens.
The Finn Harps update brought to you by Donegal Daily and Donegal Sport Hub in association with Kelly Centra, Mountain Top, Letterkenny.